Actually, probably should have made it more spontaneous. Just to kind of surprise you guys or something.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Right. Now the fun part is getting all these links sent out to like 50 freaking servers I'm in.
Oh, bye.
You're fine. Let's see how
Actually,
things go.
the fucking thumbnail.
Wait, what?
The thumbnail.
Oh. Let me turn you up just a little bit more, actually. Hopefully, if you cough again, it doesn't, like, destroy everyone's ears. Hopefully, that's
We
not
will
good.
see about that. It might be a nightmare skill tier destruction, or maybe not.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Uploads and updates. Here we go.
New folder. Snipping tool.
Oh, you're looking at my shit now. Nice.
Yes.
New folder's just got the playlist shit in. And a lot of my other shit over there, but we ain't looking at that.
Good.
Oh, Frost is a H. Yes, Frost, same.
Yeah, hi, man.
More freaking links to send out. Ah, it's gonna take forever.
By the way, nice server icons.
Oh, thank you. There's a lot worse. There's a lot worse, but I ain't gonna go scroll any further down.
Oh, I can
Banned.
relate. I can relate.
Exactly. You know, I was just about to quickly go across and scroll down, but then someone's gonna pause in that frame, and then I'm gonna get exposed. So
It's
I'd
very
rather not.
random. Yeah, it's fine.
Nah, man, all it takes is one person to just report me, and then I'm done. Oh, that's really safe. Okay.
Diangelion sucks. I can relate as well.
Wait, I only know Sen. Sorry. Wait, I only know Sen. Sorry, randoms. What? Okay. DG sucks. Lappy for the win. I mean, you aren't wrong. You aren't wrong at all, Colt. F.
Pin pick.
Downward lobby.
Diangelion does not suck. I mean, the bossing sucks.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that sucks. D does not suck. I mean, we'll explain our reasonings behind how we feel in a bit. Labby is just too OP. I mean, you don't compare. You don't compare like older characters to new characters. That's like the one thing you'd never do in Elsword because the newer characters are always too OP until they get nerfed. Triggering worked. I'm not triggered at all. The fuck do you mean? God damn it. Ain, however you want to pronounce his dumbass name. God, he was the worst. Not the right person, though. Well, you shouldn't be trying to trigger people in the first place. It's bad and shit. Oh, fucking no.
I mean,
Only
it's
I'm
funny.
allowed to do that.
Yes.
You're allowed to trigger Sen, but no one else.
Yes, only you two have the right to trigger me if you want to.
Yeah, and me too. Don't worry about it.
Alright, I've popped this out to like 13 servers now. That should be enough.
Unholy number.
Unholy. Oh yeah, I'm lucky 13. Okay, let's make it 14.
But where will you post it on the 14th server?
Actually, Seren doesn't even know it's streaming yet. Uploads and updates. There you go. Okay. Oh, Yana's here as well. Let me join the Discord chat. I'll just mute myself. Why would you do that? Because then you'd hear two of us. Okay. My experiment date was 2 days ago.
Sen and should be
Nice.
immediately deleted.
Let me turn this up a little bit more. Maybe that'll do. Right, okay.
So
A
I'll
little bit
put
more.
the script or whatever ready.
Basically,
to
yeah.
ask the good
New
old
stream easy.
question.
Fuck it then. Go on then. Where you at? Shit, what's your name again? There you are.
You're trying to find me.
Nah, there you go. There you go, come join if you want to. You've joined so many servers. I got a shit ton. I've got loads. A lot that we won't talk about.
I'm in 100 servers. Help me.
Alright. Okay, let me just get this stupid freaking script up. Well, semi-script.
The halfway bolted script that barely works.
Chippy Sariel, gay. I agree. Right then. Should we get this started?
Sure.
Oh, she's here as well. You good, Bonsai?
Yeet.
Yep,
I'm
alright.
ready.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I just used your Discord to advertise through your stream. Okay, nice. It's a lock stream anyway, so it's only gonna be us three talking in it pretty much. But yeah, what's your Discord? There's my name, if that helps. I'm not able to do that now, so right now. Don't worry about it. We'll explain pretty much everything to do with this class in a second. But yeah. So basically, this stream is gonna be talking about, as you know, Diangelion. I don't know how you fucking pronounce that name. I mean, KLG put as much thought into the name as they did about their freaking like everything. So yeah. So we're gonna be talking about like how they like play in PvE and how we think about that. How they play in PvP as well, and how we think KLG in general treat this class, and why exactly we aren't happy with it, pretty much. So that's gonna be like the buffs they've been getting lately, the nerfs, the fucking constant nerfs they've been getting, the mod skills that we have, passives as well, like a lot of useless passives and bugged passives and shit, as well as a lot of bugs in the game that haven't even been fixed or looked at yet, or I don't even know if they know about them yet, but we'll explain pretty much everything. But yeah. So I have with me two good friends. Well, I say good. One of them likes to bully me, but all of us are DG mains. Well, two of us are, but I'm not sure about Banzai. I think you're innocent now, right?
I'm a DI main.
Oh, so you are a DI main. Okay, cool. Okay, that's cool.
I'm just a wagoner.
Fair enough.
I'm a
Right.
Diangelion main. It's not called a Diangelion main.
Yes. Alright, and Stroy, it's just gonna be us three, because if we have too many people, it's gonna get a little bit too chaotic. I'm a DE main as well. Okay, good. Right, so let's go about the PvE shit first. So let's talk about like the strong points first. So I've got here that like they're pretty good at grouping, and they have a couple of skills which increase in damage whenever they're stacked near like enemies, such as Punisher and Desperado. Like, they're situational in their use, but if they're used in the right way, they can be incredibly good. Mainly when it comes to clearing.
If they ever nerf Desperado, man, I will be sad.
If they nerf Desperado, we're fucking done at this point. Like, there's nothing that kind of makes us unique anymore, except for the transformations. But even then,
Now hold on. Now, even if they nerf Desperado, as long as you have a bunch of enemies, it's a nuke.
yeah, it is. But with this revamp, I don't even know how they're going to change it. You never know. They could just make it one combined shot for what we know.
True. Actually, I would have liked that.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool like this, but then it would kind of destroy how things work when it comes to mobbing instead of bossing. But I don't know. They fucked up one of the passes before and made it specifically for bossing, so that was fun. Yeah.
I mean, clearing is fine, to be honest. We have Modland Crusher, Nightmare, Mod Desperado, and whatnot, which are all strong clearing skills.
Yeah, I agree.
Fast animation, kinda good damage against the regular mobs. Kinda, it depends.
Yeah. We do have Shrewd Cutter for Transcendence, the transformation for that as well. And it can be good because, like, for whatever reason, they made it, like, pretty much double hit on the first enemy it touches. So it can do a lot of damage and, like, clear pretty well, but the only thing is it's random. So you could hit the
When
first
the
enemy, hit the second
AI
enemy, and then
thinks
just
like,
stop instead of hitting all 5 of them across the room. So,
when the AI thinks like it wants to hit the enemy.
yeah, basically. Hey, Seren.
It's like old flying kite, but worse.
Yeah, basically. It's just a really inconsistent flying kite. That's all. This is all this class is when it comes to, like, anything. They're just inconsistent. Like, they do good, and then sometimes, or a lot of the times, they do shit. Like, it's frustrating, honestly. Alright,
Just like Bloodlust.
yeah. I mean, as good as Bloodlust is, that's one of the points in here, actually. So, as good as Bloodlust is, I feel like we're too reliant on it to do, like, anything, like, remotely decent.
It's our drug.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
our
It's
24/7
a steroid.
drug.
Yeah, like,
It's a steroid.
it's
We
good
need
at what
to
it does, sure, but again, I feel like we're too reliant on it to deal out DPS and whatnot. And the whole double-edged sword effect is, in my opinion, a pretty cool concept. But like if
But
our
it turns
whole
into
like
squishy.
yeah, like if we're like based off like bursting, like dealing damages in short bursts and not DPSing and whatnot, like we have to have that on, otherwise our DPS is shit, basically. Whereas if you're freaking Dreadlord or Catastrophe or whatever they're called, you can do shit without dead hands and still do a lot of damage.
You know what's great?
What's that?
Diabla's description says, in her manic form, she crushes enemies with her enormous, never-ending strength. And then you look at normal Alt of Evil Dark
It doesn't.
Plasma.
What the fuck is Dark Plasma, man?
Not even 3k%.
It's so stupid. Like it's
That's
a
300 MP.
it's a bravery tier skill that does tenacity tier damage. What the fuck is that?
Even worse than tenacity
Not-
damage.
Not even. It does.
Look,
Second
you're
octave.
being generous right there with tenacity.
Yeah, to be fair, I am. I've seen strength skills that do almost the same damage as it, and they cost like 150 MP.
Hellboy's kick is stronger.
I think his roll is. Oh fuck me. Okay.
Bloodlust is even over the half of the damage of a fucking Dark Plasma.
Oh, that's so true. Oh my god. Okay. I'm pretty sure it does more damage technically as well because, like, whenever you use it, you technically buff yourself up with the buff before the damage numbers come out.
It instantly applies the moment you use
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So I feel like you do more damage in it with Bloodlust alone, which is more depressing. Okay.
That's a great way to start the chat.
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to be talking about the good points and we're already ranting. I love it. Right, so next
Yeah,
thing
we
I got
talked about
here.
the good points, and we already ran out of time.
Nah, we still got plenty of shit to talk about. Plenty of shit. Right. Next one is bossing. How do you think, Leon, when it comes to bossing?
Spam Line Crusher.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of agree with you on that one.
It's
Let me
the
just
strongest
post
skill.
for reaction.
It's really quick.
This is an image-wise reaction in terms of bossing.
Oh man.
We are reliant on mod Dark Plasma for bossing.
When it comes to like doing like optimal shit, like being the best of the best when it comes to dealing damage as that class, you need mod Dark Plasma, and if you don't have it, you're kind of fucked.
I mean, we still have Abyss Extinction, but the max hits are so inconsistent and random.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're running at you in super armor, then you've missed out on half the damage.
I mean, the cooldown is kind of fine. Kinda.
If you're rotating between skills, like kind of like alright, like let's say you use Nightmare, use all the CP off that, you hit a couple of X's while you're on the Bloodlust's buff, because that does a decent amount of damage. Then use, I don't know, Land Crasher, do a couple more X's, then Sinister Mind, a couple more X's, Desperado, just, I don't know, just like that. You can kind of mitigate the bad cooldown that way. But even then, it's still, I suppose, a little bit annoying, because almost all of his good skills are heavy. Well, they have a heavy trait, so he extends the cooldown even more.
Then the annoying thing is we can't even make use of the Manic Demon Form Destruction buff as the transform entirely.
Pretty much, yeah.
We have to de-transform and then transform.
It's so fucking, it's so stupid. Like, we'll expand on like those passes and whatnot in a bit, but what are you gonna say? Sorry.
Well, I mean, the buff is fine since you can transform and transform back, and then transform again, and the buff will carry over, which is good.
I mean, yeah, that
Yeah,
is
it allows Dark
nice.
Plaza to do more.
I mean, yeah, it's good and all, but it would be nice if we just had a tournament during the mount mode, and then it just changes to 30 seconds after mount mode.
Yeah, I'd prefer that as well. That way, we won't have to freaking take a slot to use for Transcendence to transform in, transform out, and then get more CP again just to transform again, to use one skill to transform out again, and it's tireless. There's so much effort to keep in a 30-second buff, and it's a good buff. Keep in mind, but like
Yeah,
there's
7%
so much
damage,
shit you have to
so
do
often.
just to keep it active. Like it's stupid, man. Like fuck, I want to play the game I want. Like I want to play the game how I want to play it, but with the way they keep changing these passives and shit for this class, it's making me play it one way, and I don't particularly like it like that. I think
I was
DG is
just
the best
glad when
UCL
we
to
got
use.
Codex
IN,
League as well.
IN and C tier are a little bit boring. Yeah, I agree. I agree entirely with that.
Before we had for job, I was just hoping, please give us a damage passive. Please, whatever it is, just give us a damage passive.
To be honest,
And here we go. We got it.
we got it, and it's given to us in like the stupidest way. Like, thanks, KLG.
I mean, at least it's the mount modes. At least.
I suppose so, but yeah. Like I think that like for me personally, one of Diangelion's best moments, I think, was when she was first released into NA. I think that was her best moment, like her best time.
Diabolic disaster.
We had Archon Ray, and Archon Ray was a fucking beast, and then decided, nope, I'm gonna nerf it by 9,000
And then
fucking
it
percent,
died.
and now it's useless again.
It's not useless. I still kill people with it.
I'm surprised you kill people with it. I just do my Dark Plasma and it does more damage. Well, it does about the same damage, pretty much. If I use it twice, it beats it.
Archon Ray is like the double mod plasma.
Pretty much, yeah. But on a 180-second cooldown, whereas Dark Plasma can be done in 10 seconds and have its cooldown reset by Awakening.
With a free DLC pack including a speaking of 50% chance line.
Fun. Right. Trying to go back to this freaking script that I have here. Next thing I have about supposedly they're good points, even though we really haven't been talking about that. Next thing I got is iframe abuse.
The iframes are good, except for the mount mode transformations.
Yeah, agreed. Again, like we have a crap ton
You
of
don't have
iframes.
iframes while you're still transforming, like at the very
Yeah,
end.
that's the amount of times I've died while I've transformed and I haven't been able to move. Has pissed me off so much.
Oh,
it's the fucking worst.
Diablo and
Diablo and
Demon
Demonia
Rust.
were rushed. I don't think so.
Diablo and Demonia were rushed. I can kind of agree with that, to be honest.
Some points are rushed, but I primarily think that they're polished. Like there are points where they look rushed.
Yeah.
There are points.
It's like
fucking
half
passives.
sharpening a sword.
It's like a half completed sword, I guess. Yeah.
And again, for one of the strong points I have next is transformations again. So we were talking about transformations just now, but like Altar of Evil, like the original form, like it's good in ways because of the whole like XX holding X, let go, or shit ton of MP, shit ton of damage at the same time. Dark Plasma's ass. We don't even talk about that shit. Death Touch does a stupid amount of damage. It does bravery tier damage, which is like 6,000% plus, which is really fucking stupid considering it's 100 MP. And like
Definitely.
Mortal Fear is
fine.
pretty good at.
And with the third job passive, you can spam it because of the cooldown being halved.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually really good, surprisingly. I don't understand why though. Like, why would you nerf
Because
like
large
the thing that's supposed to clear off enemies, but then you'd buff something that people didn't really use because it didn't really do much damage, and
Only
then
for
they
bosses
bugged
to
it
use.
because it did too much damage, and now they kept its damage from what it was before when it was bugged and buffed it up even more. So I don't fucking understand the point of that. I really don't get it.
I mean, it's kind of useful, I guess, in some aspects.
In some aspects, I
Certain
suppose so.
aspects.
Like, to be fair,
But why?
like before the
But why?
oh, I don't know, to be honest.
It
Like-
needs triple the damage of normal Dark Plasma. Normal Death Touch.
Mm. Like I remember
not
using it
sure.
in PvP when it was still
I don't know.
glitched, and the first like hit did about like 121k. I was so shocked. Like it was really it was really surprising, and now they're keeping it like that, even though no one really uses Alter Evil anymore. No one's gonna use it in PvP because they keep fucking nerfing it.
The funny thing is, they still buff normal Death Touch.
Yeah. Oh dear. This
All
fucking
hail
game.
Death Touch.
Death Touch just does almost the same damage as Nightmare.
I mean, I guess it's the official message of COD to Diangelion mains.
Use the original Ultra Evil and spam Death Touch and you've won the game. I don't think it works like
no,
that.
no buffs. That's the message. A Death Touch to buffs.
Oh, fuck me. Right.
That's the message.
Right, next thing that I've got here, the bad points. So, I put here DPSing, and they're good at, like, burst damaging, but, like, when it comes to dealing damage over a consistent time period, I think they suck ass at it. Because, like, again, the over-reliance of Bloodlust, you have to keep it up to keep your burst damage, like, section going really well. And a lot of the time when you're not in Altar of Evil and you're using Mod Dark Plasma, you're losing out on damage. Whereas something like Innocent can literally just keep putting Shadow Bolts on one spot and doing every other skill under the moon while keeping Shadow Bolt there constantly and reducing their cooldown to keep more Shadow Bolts going up. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Let me show you the most useful Diangelion skill.
Yes. Good old God. The freaking mod version sucks so much ass. I don't care what people tell me. Oh, it's supposed to be used for the buffing. No, it's stupid. It's freaking useless.
Debuff is nice, but it's so little.
Like, even
It's
then,
only
the debuff is on the original skill, so why would the mod version be... drives me insane, honestly.
I feel like mod horrors would be better if the modded version, like, it followed you. Like, it stayed on you as you moved around, and then it shot the balls from you.
That would be kind of cool, to be fair. They'd have to buff the damage, though, because the damage is basically getting hit with a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Instead, it's not a
I
wet
feel
noodle, it's
like
a fucking
The
tissue.
sad thing is, it's still stronger than normal Dark Plasma.
I mean, you're almost as stronger, yeah. Hey, Darwin, yes, it's a stream. I like the 200 MP skill of CLs. I still have the Shem stack, so it's really good for clearing them one enemy. Yeah, it is good in that regard. True Cutter can be pretty nice for the most part, yeah. But I just find it frustrating to use Transcendence now because KLG keep nerfing him pretty much in like the most stupidest ways. Like removing his passive removing the passive that like
comment in half.
yeah. There's that, and there's the whole changes to the Manic Demon Form destruction as well, where like you don't get cooldown reduction whenever you kill an enemy. Like that basically killed off the skill when it came to like clearing like ads quickly. In my opinion, it's still good, but nowhere near as good as it used to be.
The CL mount mode X and XX MP gain decreased. MP gain from comments decreased by half.
Yep, I mean that's fun, isn't it?
Duration decreased.
Man,
Curse patch.
curse patch.
A fast patch indeed.
That's the biggest issue that Juarez has. It's stationary, so for dungeon play, it's usually useless unless you find a stationary boss. Basically, yeah. Responding late. No worries, Seren. But yes, like, the original Juarez did pretty decently back then as well, because it could be used to, like, gain aggro from the mobs and the bosses, so it could get away from you. But this mod doesn't even have a hitbox, so they can't even look at it, and it's just kind of there for, like, 5 seconds and dies after it kind of cries a bit.
Useful 100 MP skill.
Yep, with an 18-second cooldown. Man, I love it. Yeah, in PvP, it feeds MP because people just attack it. Curse Bell Patch. Anyway, next thing I have here on the bad points. We're really reliant on one skill for like optimal bursting, pretty much. Which is, we've talked about this already, but yeah, more dark plasma is basically the only reason that we're even kind of like okay when it comes to doing damage at bossing. Yeah.
Not kinda exist. Exist is the right term. Without it, we couldn't exist in bossing.
The only thing useful for Juarez is the defense reduction. I do kind of agree with that, but then it takes too long to freaking get up and do its shit in the first place. So by the time it's up and it's ready to go on a roll, everything is already dead. Or like the boss is already halfway dead. And even then,
It's
like...
15%, man.
Yeah, and on the hardest difficulties as well, the plant will spawn and the plant will die. That's what will happen. Or if it's in the stage hazard, the plant will spawn and then die to the stage hazard and then just die. Same in... what's it called as well? What's that place called again? Gate of Darkness. If you use the flower in Gate of Darkness, it immediately dies before you can even do anything. You'd think because it's a stationary like enemy, the gate, and because it's so wide, you could put it down there and probably kill it off pretty quickly. No, the game is like, no, fuck you, and kills the plant. Against cabbage, it has its uses, yeah, because well, the cabbage probably can't get through it, and it'll get distracted by it as well, which is good. But like overall, in like every single situation, it's kind of shit. I mean,
destroys plants by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, with Sinister Mind though, the only way the this is one of the things that I have for the bad points actually. Too many situational skills. Like the thing with Sinister Mind, the only way to get a defense reduction is if you get hit enough times for the plant to explode. If it doesn't explode, then you don't get a defense reduction.
I mean, it would be nice if it applies instantly.
It would be. It would be incredibly good if it did. But I don't want to have to take damage against a boss that will freaking one-shot me just to get a 33% like defense debuff. Whereas Labby can freaking use one 200 MP skill and get minus 40%. It's fucking stupid.
You can only hope that the revamp will be doing something good.
I just hope that like the shit that they do will like at least make some of these things more usable, at least. Or at least not make them so freaking retarded to get the full effect out of it. Like what other shitty fucking skills are there? Abyss Extinction we talked about.
Want to make us masochists, at least give us a damage reduction passive or something.
Yeah, and yeah, as you said, Abyss Sniping. What the fuck did they do to the aiming of that? It was so perfect back when it came out. And then, like, I don't know what happened to it, but all of a sudden the aiming in the air just went to freaking dick all. Like, you shoot it in the air and it just flies right past him. Look, the fuck, man?
I guess it's that one patch that says fixed issue that can fire the bullet when using the skill in a slope, and that kind of fucked the aim in the process.
What was that? The patch that fucked it over?
Probably. That's a theory.
Fucking hell, okay. Oh dear, okay.
I can't tell either, man.
It's fine. Any other situational skills that are out there? Rapid Impact. It's fuck. Just delete this fucking skill. It's so useless.
Oh god, I hate that skill.
It's so useless, dude. And the one time you can manage to hit it, it freaking bugs out, and then you don't even hit the bound hit.
The only use for it is the super armor when you use it in the air. It's
yeah.
a good escape.
I can agree with that.
It's
60 MP! The fuck? 60 MP for an active that hits less than Strong Strike? What is this? It's so stupid.
Well, because it gives you combination aside chances.
Yeah, on a boss that can't be bounded. Yeah, that's really helpful. Fucking hell. Oh my god, speaking of bounds, that's the next thing that, like, is a bad point when it comes to PvE. You can't use the combination assault on anything in the endgame because they will freaking... They can't be, like, hit into the air and they can't be bounded.
It can't be launched.
Like, it's... You want to use it against Henon? Good fucking luck, man. You'll do it and die in the process. If you can even land it on him. Skills, like, the Skin Splitter, you can't even do it. I know you can lift Henon, I think. Like, before he transforms into the massive one. The second form, I think you can. Because I know you can knock him down.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But if he enters super armor sometimes at random.
Yeah. So while you're in the middle of his super armor freaking styling on him, he's going to slash you once and you'll die instantly. Like,
Like a good change to the bound, like PvE wise, like you should be able to do it on anything that's super armor.
yeah, you should be able to do it on
But
anything
even
plain
if
and
it
simple.
doesn't bound, and I feel like it should only apply to PvE because I feel in PvP that'd be too strong.
Yeah,
But
yeah, be way too
PvE
strong.
wise, it would make the bound combo more viable
Yeah,
for damage and also for the debuff to reduce defense.
exactly. That brings me to my other point. That fucking passive is useless. We literally have lost the passive because we can't use it against like major bosses in the game because they
Yeah.
can't be bounded. It's retarded in that regard. It's
Oh,
really stupid.
and on the topic of the bound combo as well, the random teleporting that also needs to be fixed.
The
Especially
RNG
PvE.
of
Yeah.
combination assault is the worst thing about it in my opinion.
You either stay where you started or you just end up completely just across the entire map or next to a teammate for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
because
you're
of the
pretty much forced to
entrance
stop at
thing or
that point.
something.
it's so
Like when you entrance, everyone gets this huge ass data from you because of whatever reason. That's because everyone gets this invisible debuff that they can't get bounded
yeah.
for whatever reason. Teammates too.
Yeah, and Seren, I agree with you. They should make it similar to Nasad Armor Combo for Ad, because that shit works at least, and it's easy to do, and you can use it on bosses.
Yeah, because ads pull. That's why.
Yeah, it pulls in, it
That's
stuns them on the first
fine.
hit. It's
Yeah.
good in that regard. It's good. It's usable. It's great. But like fucking like combination assault now is just a game of RNG and using a bug to get it to work. That's basically how it works.
I can confirm that one.
Like
Well-
I like the debuff that they gave it when you start a bound.
Yeah.
since it prevents the target
It
from
was
moving or
necessary.
jumping.
It's really good.
Yeah, but despite that, they can still fall out of it, which is why I feel like on the initial they should add like a suction, just like ads. So it kind of confirms the hit
Yeah, yeah.
and keeps them in the
The,
combo.
the weird thing is, Endless Combination, the second part, has this black hole, but not the first part. Like the
Yeah.
start.
I know, right?
I don't get why that's the case. I really don't get it. And like, I think they want them to change on the combination assault as well. Two things actually. One of them is the first hit stun of the first hit of the combination assault, because when they get bounded and like CL or Lu do the swipe that like initiates it, if they're too close to the ground, they can immediately use a skill the moment you teleport to them, and then you're
You mean
fucked
Ciel's
because you're not.
version, right?
Well, no, either one, Lu or CL's version. Because, like, the moment they hit the ground, they can use a skill or awaken, and you're not in super arm yet because the skill the attack hasn't fully activated yet. So then you immediately get counterattacked. And that's happened to me so many times, and it's pissed me off so much.
Yeah, same. Because of that, I use it under a platform, then to use it above a platform to kind of prevent that stuff.
That's why I usually use the whole Abyss Strike teleporting thing that I kind of made a video on, like, ages ago.
Oh, I never used that best right.
Abyss Strike is probably the only saving grace when it comes to PvP, honestly, if you don't want to be a freaking
I just
X-spamming
use
scrub.
Rapid Fury.
What was this? Punisher. Punisher we spoke about,
Punisher.
like, with
The best active.
yeah,
fucking
it's an
combo.
incredibly good active. It's situational in how it works, but it's incredibly good. Look, I think it deals like what 27,000% per enemy that's near it. If there's like 5 enemies stacked and they're all bunched together, it does a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yes. You know, for a 50 MP skill.
Yeah, it's really good, and it comes with critical trait as well, which ignores the defenses, which is again really fucking good.
You know, for a 50 MP skill.
Yeah, it's really good. Cough, cough, freaking rapid impact. Take notes. Christ, man, that skill, man. And the other bad point that I have on here is also transformations, even though it's been in good point. We kind of discussed the bad point about the transformations already, and that's if we're transforming into it and then we immediately die or get hit because we're transforming and we can't move.
By the way, something what I noticed recently about Rapid Fury. It has the powerful trait and it lasts incredibly long. Like even after the skill animation ends, you still have super armor. So
Yeah,
you could use it for just bait and switch, and the enemy comes at you and you miss the shot with Sia. You can just jump out or use Phantom Rush and immediately juke them.
true,
Because
true.
the super armor time is so long, it's retarded.
That's probably like the best change when it came to that skill, because on release it was ass. Like, how did they, how did, like, minus 2 KD get into play, like, get into the game and get past testing? What is minus 2 KD gonna do? Like, seriously.
It was probably minus 20, but they forgot to add a 0.
Even then,
Because
the
it
minus 2.
It tends to happen because that one passive, Sacred Diviner Ultimate Spearmanship, I think, actually decreases defense. Instead of minus 50%, it was accidentally minus 500%.
Minus 500, fucking hell. How did they fuck that up that badly?
That's my guess, my theory from this day, that instead of minus 2 KD, it was minus 20. But that's just a theory.
Fair enough then. Well then. Okay. So, that was supposed to be the PvE section, but we kind of mixed both PvE and PvP. So, we'll start talking about it on like a PvP standpoint now. So, what I've got here is, the good things about them in PvP is that they have ridiculously high command damage, and you don't have to do much to get that damage.
Yeah, just bloodlust and then mass X.
Yeah, exactly, and you've basically won because you do a crap ton of damage and there's double hits and it hits twice per X as well. It's really stupid, and they have passives that reduce cooldown by you hitting them twice or switching, and it just ends up with you spamming like X looping like 3 to 4 times before they KD, and they've lost half their HP.
And if you perform well with, the bounding lifts, you can pretty much piss off your enemy for the entire time with just lifting them into bounding and then just lifting them again and again. Pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, that's
which
one of
is fun, but I can just imagine the rage inside.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like, that's another one of the points that I have that's good on here is easy infinite loops. Like, I know like 3, maybe 4 like infinite loops you can do on this character, and I choose not to do them because I fucking hate them and I think they're filthy, honestly. But like dash ZX, where like you do the swipe and then like you kick him and you switch and you do the same thing and you keep doing it over and over and over again. I still have a horrible memory of losing to fucking Baffle on his like level like 70 freaking Diablo, and he's never played the class before, and someone told him how to do that, and I fucking lost to him because he kept spamming it and doing Nightmare, so I couldn't do anything because he kept getting MP and I had to keep mana breaking. It was the fucking worst.
Wait, how long ago was this?
This was like this is when I don't even think Transcendence was out at the time. I think it was like 3 weeks after Diablo and Demonio came out.
Oh, because
it was really early.
The specialization stats. That's why.
Yeah. That was a thing as well. Actually, now I think about it.
And their unnerfed passive.
Yeah, the unnerfed passive as well.
Yeah.
You gave them like 20 MP per like bar they would have gotten, like excess bars.
Yeah.
The scariest thing is that Ciel's version of Combination Assault deals 10k% unmodified damage in PvP.
Yeah, the Combination Assault in PvP it's easily the most retardedly overpowered thing in the game, and also the most broken thing in the game in both ways of being strong and being unable to work properly.
Yeah, high risk, high reward.
Except like the high risk fucks you over too much.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
it's more likely not working. It's more likely not working more than it actually should work.
Yeah, basically. Like, you get fucked over by the game not working how it's supposed to do, as you just said. So, instead of it being like a high risk, high reward kind of thing, like, you get the high reward if you get it, but then you're kind of gambling against the game's AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't watch this while walking on the street. I mean, you could just leave it in your pocket for now, since it's like the screen isn't going to change much, so yeah.
You know, when Demonio was freshly released and was testing out Combination Assault, even though it was barely usable when on the release. And was doing all fine. Combination Assault, and then suddenly use Endless Combination. I suddenly teleport to another player, and this was my first reaction when I teleported to another player.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. Exactly the same. I remember that. I remember the very first time that happened to me. Actually, it was in not Sanders SD, Hamill's SD. That's it. and I did it against the one of the stupid hugging monsters inside of that SD. And instead of teleporting to him after I did the endless assault bit, I teleported to Sasha, and then I got put out of bounds for doing so. Oh my fucking! I don't get what's wrong with this game and this class when it comes to teleporting.
Very old engine, clashing with many teleports, equals many bugs.
Like,
I guess.
I mean, I think they fixed it now as well. But like back when DG first came out, well, Demoniel and Diablo first came out, Nightmare's AI was broken as well because it will target your friends and your summons.
I know.
So you'd use Nightmare, and instead of attacking the boss, you keep attacking your friends and your fucking flower.
Oh, that's what they good.
It's so stupid.
I think the worst thing that happened to me was when I used a combination salt and hand here, and I teleported out the map.
Yeah.
And I was soloing too, which made it
Oh
worse.
man. You know one thing actually, now that I think about it with the Baron combo. I did it against the I did it in Henia against the what's it called, boss? The Crow Rider from Altera. Like the Raven like copy. And right as he teleported away to hide at the top, I teleported to him. And I was stuck at the top and I couldn't do anything. And I couldn't even leave the dungeon because Henia. So I was stuck up there and he was constantly like clenching his fist and pointing, and I couldn't do anything because he had no hitbox. And I also couldn't leave the area.
You remember bounding someone, leaving a stuck to the gun? Oh yes.
Oh
I
my
remember
god, that glitch! I remember that. That was hilarious. The amount of times I actually won matches from that because people would just... Oh my god, that was hilarious.
It was actually cheese.
I remember this one GA I did it to. She kept like badmouthing me, so she ended up getting stuck in that. And then she kept badmouthing me as she was on the floor, so I just did Nightmare and it almost killed her and I won. it was so good.
You
Or you
could
could have
leave
done
someone.
the more British moment.
Tess got
Just
stuck
keeping
up
on
there
the
as
ground
well.
And Phantom Circle heals.
Oh, fuck, Phantom Circle, I forgot about that. Wow, okay, I completely forgot about that skill. Yeah,
Phantom
Oh,
Circle
man.
is
back then when
good.
it first came out, my goodness, what were they thinking? The amount you could heal with that, and it lasted for like 30... What? It lasted for 60 seconds, if I remember right.
No,
Oops.
only 30, I think.
Back on release, it was 60 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Because they halved it to 30 because of how much it was being overused, and then they halved the healing in
No,
PvP as well.
You still
No, the
can
duration.
shoot again.
No, the duration was always 60.
Oh, it was
60.
it was
I
still
think 30.
40 seconds.
Oh, it always was 30.
Unreleased,
Okay,
it
never
was
mind.
40
Yeah,
seconds.
the cooldown was 60.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
It
Yeah,
was
I'm an
at the
idiot. My bad.
start 30 seconds, but then it doubled the cooldown to 60 seconds. And then for some reason they halved it again to the 30 seconds.
Ah, okay, that was it. Yeah.
Can we talk about the enhanced skill for Phantom Circle?
Cooldown is decreased by 5 seconds.
It's so stupid.
Of
Like,
all things.
who, like, it
The scary
honestly
thing
upset me
is-
when I saw that. Fucking, it doesn't benefit you in any way. It's so
Maximize?
useless. No,
Maximize- oh,
like-
it's
no, the
like-
final
Like,
enhanced
you
the 5-second reduction on the cooldown, so it's 55 seconds instead of 60-second cooldown back then.
But
And
now
then
it's
they reduce-
25 seconds, and with enough cooldown reduction, like just for 5 seconds, and the killing blow trade, you can pretty much loop the buff in PvP, which is even scarier.
Mm.
Yeah, but the only downside is the cost of it before, or actually
Yeah,
currently
yeah.
right now. It's really big. 60.
Yeah, 60
MP.
MP. Like, with the traits, you do kind of get some MP back. I think you do get net MP. Yeah, you get a net gain of MP, but not by a lot.
At the
Yeah,
same
it's
time,
more
we have
it's more like the support skill for your teammates.
Yeah, pretty much. For giving them MP
Awakened
with like
World helps
MP
us
gain.
with the cost a little bit.
Yeah.
Like 5% only, but it's still something, which again makes the cost easier for Phantom Circle to spam. And with my HP, I recover a total of 40k in PvP or
Damn.
more.
I mean, I sell like
No,
3
for
hits.
just, for just a bit of mana to recover like over 40k HP,
Mm.
and then combine that with Illy Pasara. That's a heck ton of HP recovery, man.
Yeah. Look, in some cases it can be pretty stupid still, honestly.
And yeah,
That
it's not what it used to be.
yeah. Let's talk about the maximize stuff though.
The maximize buff
The
was
max-
amazing. That actually made me super happy to see that. Because
Yeah, it went
back when it
from
was like, what,
I'm not-
5%? Was it? 5% maximize gain?
I
Not sure about
think
that one.
It was
10 or
it was
I think
5 or
10
10.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 10%.
It was 10%, okay. Like,
10%.
it was
Okay.
alright, but like, that didn't do much. It really didn't. But then they buffed it to 30%, and man, that made a big difference. At least it was usable, and people actually wanted it again.
Yeah. But I
The
still
best
feel
thing about Phantom Circle is though the tooltip.
Remember
The
when
in-game
KLG
tooltip.
announced that you could have one aura buff at once? Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. People
Natural
hated
HP
that.
recovery increase 0.005 H percent per second.
It's such a low heal. It's such a low percentage of healing, honestly.
It's the bugged tooltip, but we still get 0.5%, which is the supposed healing instead. Thank God, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. What else have I got here? For good points, I have the phantom hitboxes on the bound commands. So you know when you bound them, and like even if they're near a wall and like Lewis Yell's already come out and smacked them, but it's missed, but then they still get launched up into the air. It's cheese, but it's still good. I mean, I'd want them to fix it, of course, because it's stupid and it shouldn't really happen. And if it would happen to me, I'll be get pretty pissed off about it as well.
Yeah, it can linger a lot too.
Yeah, oh my
Remember
god.
when KOG
The hitbox
announced-
size of it as well is stupidly big. It can hit things below you and above you, like, with ease.
Let's see.
Yeah, but-
Remember when KOG announced that you could only have one buff at once, defeating the purpose of raid dungeons? Oh, everyone disliked that.
Yeah.
Everyone disliked that change, but thankfully the Koreans cried long enough and loud enough.
Man, if only they would do the
Because
same for this
imagine
class.
they
Man, it would be
just
so much
pushed
good.
through.
Right, what have I got next? Okay, the bad points. The first point I've got is inconsistent commands. Like, the new commands that we get, not counting the dash jump ZX, well, XZX, whatever it's called. Like, the one where we slide across the floor. I don't know about you guys, but using that in PvP has screwed me over so much times because it just misses.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
It's
Yeah,
such a
Against
good
walls.
attack, but then the hitboxes is just terrible. Like, you sash into them, but then you don't go behind them, and then you just dash away from them, and then they hit you from behind because you can't move because Lewis CL's already out
Yeah.
slashing. And you just get punished for using it. It's so stupid.
I mean, well, I like Luz more since she doesn't move as far as
Yeah.
Seals. So she stays closer to the enemy compared to Seals.
Yeah,
The
yeah, I can
upside
agree with that.
Because the first hit that Seal does usually pushes the enemy away. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
The upside with CLs is that you can kind of psych the enemy. Like if you approach them and then you just immediately psych away with super armor.
Yeah, to be fair, I have done that a lot, to be honest. Like, especially if they're hiding, like, off my screen, I would like to do that to see where they are. And then to, like, for them to bait, like, I don't know, 100 MP skill that will catch me or something. Alright, another bad point I got here is that, not counting the endless combination command, they only learn 4 new commands compared to everybody else learning at least 8. Like, we have to
I guess the
we have to
Give them
rely on...
catastrophes, air dash.
Yeah, like anything new would be good. Like all we have really is the combination assault, the dash jump XCX, and regular Lu skills, like regular Lu like commands. That's all we have. Like there's nothing else that's remotely usable. Like we have the Diangelion command where like it's the dash X ZX whatever. Like that's okay at best. But like again, it's kind of slow, and if they have a lot of attack speed, they just jump right out of it, or like they count you with a special active.
the thing is then they all ending with a combination assault chance.
Mm.
And I think that's where KOG has the hard time, I guess.
Just make a command that doesn't end like that. Christ, man. Like,
That would be nice,
it would
but
be
I
nice.
think they just can't.
I feel like when you bounce someone, they should add like a stun. so it kind of guarantees the hit at the beginning and even at the end of a
It
combination assault.
Yeah,
shouldn't be
I,
the normal stage.
Because
it should just be like the half a second stun that Power of Auriax had. Even if it was that would be good enough.
Not
I
really
feel
because
like
of light resist.
I feel like with the final hit, since it bounds again, if you don't want to if you don't want to loop it again, you shouldn't feel inclined to always use Phantom Rush to get a catch.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed.
Or instead of adding a stun, they could just add to the demonic venom debuff, just that they can't use skills as well during this duration. Like the moment you press the V key, you give them the debuff, and they can't use skills as well.
Yeah, another thing that
would
makes
be
us
pretty much safe.
so good in PvP as well, like as we are, is Phantom Rush. If you take that skill away from us, we are screwed when it comes to catching.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, Phantom Rush.
It's their best baiting skill.
It's an amazing baiting skill. It's a great skill to use if you hit something in the air and like they bounce and you can't catch them with a command, because if you do, they'll just special active and catch you straight away. Like it's good in everything. It's an incredible skill when it comes to PvP.
Except that one of the passive doesn't work.
Oh my freaking! How long has that been in the game? Like, I don't know how long
used
it's
to
been
work,
like
but
that.
then it didn't
It
work.
worked really well, and I did a freaking review on it, and it was great, and I loved it. That was like my favorite thing when it came to like
And then at
that
one point,
class.
it didn't
I could just note people if they came close to me and started attacking me in super armor. It was great, but then all of a sudden it just doesn't work anymore, and now it's like they don't even realize that it doesn't work anymore as well, and they just left it.
I think I know the cause, because before Transcendence was a thing, there was like this different icon during Phantom Rush, right? Like you place the shadow, someone steps into the shadow, and then the icon changes.
Yeah.
Which didn't used to be the case during Transcendence and when it worked.
Yeah, that's true actually. That's
And now
very true.
Currently, it does the icon change again, so I guess
I mean, it's a nice
the
change,
game
but we realize
kind
it
of being
fucking
messed
work
up
properly.
and thinks you don't have the Transcendence passive. I guess that's what the game
Maybe.
thinks, that you don't have the passive that says, oh, you have the new version of Phantom Rush, so you don't need this icon anymore. That's my guess. Because when it worked, it didn't have the icon change. It just shown you can use Phantom Rush again, press it again.
Yeah.
And not the bluff like... yeah, it's bluff, right? The icon when it changes,
yeah,
it
yeah.
looks like the bluff
Yeah.
active.
Yeah, it does actually, now I think about it.
And during the time it worked, it didn't have that bluff icon.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
why I
That's
think
very
the
true.
game is being messed up and thinks you don't have the Transcendence passive to replace it. To just show the Phantom Rush icon again. That's my guess.
Yeah, if we could cancel like the combination assault at any point, I think that'd be a little bit too strong. But at the same time, the thing needs to work properly.
You can, but it's kinda
If you have crap attack speed, you ain't gonna do it because they'll just counter you immediately. But if your attack speed is relatively high, then you can kind of cancel it at any point, really. Which is
The other
okay,
thing
I
is
guess, but
because
still.
of the amount of axes and so you press. Because you don't really need to press a lot of axes, to be honest.
Yeah. Or maybe we could juke Ravens at mid shadow step. Yeah, I remember that as well, Darv. It was great. It was really great. But now we can't do it anymore. Because then like we do it and then we get hit by the core and then we can't do anything because we're hit stunned for like 5 hours. Core's a
Never
freaking
seen
good
a core
reminds
hit
me.
stun.
Oh man, core
And
hit
if
stun
they
is...
ever take away the powerful threat of Phantom Rush, I will dead ass make every
Oh my god, if they take that
Korean
that
threat.
away, it's actually ass. The skill is
I
actually
will
dead.
dead ass make every week a Korean threat asking to return the powerful trait. I'm not kidding, I will do that.
I wouldn't blame you or join you. Like they can't do that because that would destroy the skill. The only reason it's so good is because it gives super armor.
I mean, a lot of their skill actives are bad without super armor. Anyway,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, I
they
agree with
either
that.
last too long, or you can't move when you're using it, and you can't cancel it really
Yeah.
quickly.
And some hit too often as well, and they feed MP, like hunting prey for the most part.
Like imagine using mod Rapid Fury without powerful.
Oh my god.
It was the worst back when it came out. That's when it was completely useless. Like it felt as bad
Yeah,
as Rapid Impact.
The the funny thing about Phantom Russian powerful trait is, if you time it just right, and someone uses, I don't know, for example, hyperactive, you will just slide away to the direction you're sliding backwards, and will completely miss, if you're lucky, the whole hyperactive.
Really?
Depending on the hyperactive.
Oh, okay. That's kind of true, I suppose.
For example, Iron Paladin's hyperactive. I used a well-timed Phantom Rush and I just slided away to safety.
Oh, that's never happened to me.
I haven't dodged a hyperactive yet, to be honest.
Oh, it feels satisfying.
I can imagine it feels super satisfying, honestly.
Oh, just transform and just jump out.
Yeah, you could do that as well. I haven't done that as well myself, honestly, but it could happen.
Or activate Bloodlust, and if it's the power stun on the initial, then you're fine. If you just
That's so true. Yeah, that has actually happened to me. Now I think about it.
On Nightmare's iframe kites.
If you can do it for that long, yeah. Well, actually, you kind of get you get hit with freeze delay, don't you? So you'll just be in permanent iframes the entire time.
Yes, as long as you're in the kite stance, you're in permanent iframes.
Yeah. Okay.
The funny thing is, I used to dodge so many skill spams with just Nightmare kites to survive.
I remember back when it used to do like a stupid amount of damage. Like, I remember doing it on one person and he did about 300,000 damage just on the explosion itself. So stupid.
I do that in people nowadays and I'm scared.
Oh my goodness, okay. I don't know how you do that. Right, next thing you got here. Bitch Strike's aiming, we spoke about that already. It's absolute ass. The amount of times it's got me killed in PvP is unacceptable. Transformations is a bad point. They keep nerfing it. And that brings me to the latest balance patch, which is what made me want to do this stupid thing in the first place. Like, talking about this class. They keep nerfing it. Why do they keep nerfing it?
Because the Koreans complain it, trust me.
But what is there to complain about in PvE when it comes to MP gain?
PvP. It's only PvP change, right?
No, the half MP.
It's affecting both.
Yeah, the half MP gain affects PvE as well.
Oh.
That's why I'm so peed off about it. Like, if it was only PvP, I wouldn't be mad at all, because I kind of understand.
Let me tell you something, then.
Go for it.
I was looking at the Korean boards every day, and that is, every day you see a Transcendence complaint in PvP. Oh no, they abuse it for the XX spam, and then to use the Desperado again, to transform again. And so on, and they just beg for the duration nerf, MP gain nerf. And look, it happened twice to both kinds.
Oh boy. Oh,
they
man.
just have to complain every week, and then KOG will eventually change it, because KOG has enough of them complaining as well.
Okay. I mean, I don't accept it, but alright.
So yeah, it's not exactly KOG's fault, it's just Koreans being whiny on Diangelion. You know, an already bad class.
Ugh, fuck me, okay. Oh boy, okay. And then this massive list I have here of all of these bugs and glitches of this stupid class. Like, let's go through each of them then. So, the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to these bugs is people probably know me mainly because of the video I made on this, but the quote unquote bug fix for combination assault.
It made it buggier.
It killed it. It killed it right there and then. It just full on killed it. It used to be so good.
It's better than the launch version, let's be honest.
I kind of preferred the launch version, I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, in the launch version, I couldn't use it at all.
I could use it when I first did my first recording of it. I could use it kind of like consistently, really.
I meant
not so much in PvP.
In PvP.
Yeah.
In PvP, I couldn't use it at all.
In PvP, I can kind of understand. I had to use a Bitch Strike and hope that like RNG would kind of like take the wheel and let me get the combination assault. So I suppose it kind of worked alright for me then. And then when Diangelion came out for the first time and they made a combination assault freaking perfection, and then I don't know what happened, but then they fixed it, quote unquote, and then it just died.
It's still better than a launch version.
I mean, it's usable. It's usable if you abuse a bug, which is not what a game is supposed to fucking.
Oh, I used combination assault so many times that I'm used to the timing by now.
Fair enough. I mean, if you are, then more power to you, to be
I
honest.
don't need a strike or anything. I just need a platform or something, and there we go. I'm already spamming combination assault.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's the fact that as well, like, if there's even like the tiniest bit of like latency, and you're not in the command animation for like bounding them, and you're running about, if the bound marker comes up and you bound, like, you try to switch normally, it doesn't work, and it never will work. You have to be in the animation of the attack to like do the bound. It's stupid, and that's why the Abyss Strike teleport works, because you're in an animation which allows something to be bound, so you can just teleport to it like that, and the game thinks it's working. It's so fucking stupid, man. It's a simple fix. Well, at least I think it is anyway. Right, combination assault starts. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Another bug that I have here: combination assault's RNG. Like,
I mean, it has constant super armor, but not 24/7.
Yeah, it really
There's
doesn't.
small gaps between every command input. It doesn't have super armor for some reason.
I don't understand why. It's really
Why?
weird. I don't know. It's dumb. It's really dumb. Like, I don't get why, like, the assault likes to either, like, launch you across the map without you teleporting to anything, make you teleport to them while hitting them in an actual right way, or make you teleport to them but only teleporting to their back and not hitting anything at all. I don't get it.
Launch.
Yeah, launch. Yeah. Another word for knockup would be launch, yeah. Oh, so fucking stupid. Yeah, the other bug that I mentioned here was the Abyss Strike and Mod Rapid Fury teleporting, quote unquote. Like, I get that. Like, I don't agree with using it, but it's so flashy in how it works that it kind of makes me think like, okay, I look badass doing this. I like doing
Assault
this.
is the unhealthy truck, in other words.
Pretty much. Yeah, like, it looks cool, and that's why I do it.
It's the main reason I PvP with them.
Yeah. Right.
The only thing that annoys me though is that I can't use combination assault on PvP NPCs.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That's so stupid. Why does that exist? You can bound them, but it doesn't work. What? KLG, explain, please. Why is that a thing?
No, you really can't use combination assault on PvP NPCs. The V button doesn't even show up.
That's what I mean. Like, you can do it on Cabbage, but you can't do it on something like Low or like Eden or any of the NPCs. No, Sven, you can't bound NPCs at all. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's incredibly dumb. You can bound Hellput, which is basically just Chung but slower. But you can't bound NPCs in PvP, and even if you could, the moment you recatch them from hitting the bound shot, they'd immediately hit you out because they have insane recovery time.
That's one of the many things that will remain a mystery.
So whenever NPCs show up in PvP, you have to Bloodlust and spam X. That's pretty much all you have. Because everything else you do, you can't bound them because they'll immediately try, like, catch you out of it. It's stupid.
I mean, let's say we have one thing which makes us more superior is because the CL's sniper model gets at least updated. Unlike, Chevalier's sniper rifle, I don't know.
I can understand
it's
what
still
that
the Royal
bug, yeah.
Guard version in the comments. But at least we get the updated sniper model.
I suppose so, yeah. Not a bullshit KLG because the PvP isn't. Yeah, it is. It is fire. It really is. Right. Next thing I got here is the Switch Rush's inconsistency, which is the -ZX XXXZX thingy where like you dashing across the screen. We spoke about it already and how inconsistent it can be, especially with CL. Like it's alright with Lou because it's slow and stuff, but like for the most part, it's still a pain in the ass to use, honestly. Then the other one I got here is the dual warp inconsistency, which is the dash jump XZX thingy where like you dive into the floor. That's my cat.
It used to be way slower, but they at least buffed it.
They buffed it, which is good. But like, do you remember on release?
At the launch days, it used to be really slow, and they didn't have that. I think on the launch days of Diangelion, the dual warp used to be so fucking slow.
It was very slow, to be honest. But the thing is that I liked about the warp on release was, as Lou, if you did the dive, hi cat. If you did the dive, you slammed the floor and had a hitbox, and that you do damage before you did the uppercut. That was like, it kind of guaranteed you get the uppercut portion of Lou's attack, so you could get the bounding properly. But now we have this awkward like half a second where we just don't do anything, and then we do the uppercut. And the amount of times I've been hit out of that combo because I've accidentally done that, it's again stupid. And also, I don't know like how close you have to be towards them, but if you do it as Lou and they're too close to you, or if they're a little bit too far away from you, you push them too far and then the bound hit entirely misses.
You're done for.
And I mean, at least like CL's kind of launches up, so it kind of gives you a chance to reorganize yourself. But with Lou's, it just pushes them too far, and the next thing you know, they're right in your face again.
Another thing about the Lou's is, if you get hit at the right moment before you do the mini land crusher,
yeah,
the people get pushed away by the mini land crusher.
Yeah, they just get pushed away by it like randomly. It's so weird. I don't get why that happens. Storage is a weird thing.
And quickly back to combination assault, sometimes during the really rare instances when I use it and people try to escape from it, they get dead as chased by it every second.
Yeah.
They try to run away, but it's no use.
Oh god, it's no use.
Yeah, just like Silver said.
Yeah. Back to the combination assault
I always
for.
get confused.
Yeah.
When they get chased by combination assault, how it constantly teleports to them.
It's kind of terrifying, honestly. It's like they broke the game and they're just kind of hacking and running at you.
Well, yeah, Hackerman, I'm in.
Let's see. Another combination assault book that I have here is I spoke to you about this before, and you gave me a pretty decent explanation as to why it happened. But if you use the combination assault on another like Diablo or a Diangelion in PvP, then you get locked out of it, but they can still do it until they use a skill, or if you die.
Wait, that's a thing?
That's a thing. Me and Tess like explored this for like ages, and we had all the video stuff edited and whatnot, and we were ready to release it, but we thought we'd kind of stop because we kind of had hope that KOG would fix it, and I don't think they fixed it yet. But it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you get locked out of like one of your best attacks because someone is playing the same character as you.
That's so stupid.
That it's one of the things that got me incredibly peed off when the combination assault changes came, the bug fixes. Because when the bug fix came, then we noticed that, and then things got even more retarded because we just couldn't do it.
Oddly enough, for some reason I can now do combination assault while another Diangelion is present. So I guess it's semi-fixed.
I hope it's somewhat fixed. Because that glitch, like, honestly made me, like, hibernate on the game for a while because it upset me that much. Because
At least it's not as bad as the fucking Phantom Rush cancel.
Phantom Rush cancel is just stupid. Like, that's been in the game since it's been released.
Yeah,
and they haven't fixed... Have they fixed that yet?
The pre-nerf Ring of Fury if you use it right.
Yeah, it is, pretty much.
You can use Awakening and then teleport at the same time and still have the freeze frames. It's like the second
please,
Ring
not
of Fury.
But, yeah, I agree. I remember before when I saw videos of people doing the teleport cancel thingy with Phantom Rush, hi cat, and then And they'd like they'd use abyss extinction and then teleport with that, and then they'd run with the abyss extinction beam following them. Same with what's it called, Diabolic Disaster as well. They do the exact same thing, but with a hyperactive. Like, is that still in the game?
I can give you the video. I've recorded it all.
Oh no. I guess that's a yes then.
I mean, I posted it like almost a year ago about Phantom Rush cancel.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that hell. Quickly watch this, yeah. Why not?
It was just showcasing a few bits.
I feel like I remember watching your video and I think about it. Yeah! This is the first time I actually watched it. Like, watched it, not watched, my bad.
Like, yeah.
Give him some love.
Bloodlust, you can use Bloodlust later to catch it during it.
It's so...
But it doesn't apply
it's so
to
stupid.
all skills like Desperado. And Nightbot just pushes them away.
Even counts as awakening.
Bloodlust can catch them in back to you.
Even the cat wants to complain about what you shitting on DG. Yes. My cat is good. He's a good boy.
The thing is, some skills still apply while some not.
I just realized you have Dreadlord's costume on.
Because I played it
wait.
like so.
Oh no. I forgot that's a thing. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first instance I saw of that happening. And even then, the hyperactive's damage is ass. God. Okay. Oh, fun.
This man is just terrified.
Another bug that I have here. I'm not sure if it's only me that finds it stupid, but if you use Nightmare to gain CP, it only gains it on the pull-in part of the skill, and if you use the explosion, it doesn't gain CP. Am I the only one that finds that stupid?
It's ups and downsides. Like, if you use it, you still get the CP as long as someone is in range.
Yeah, that's what I
Instead of
mean.
relying
Like when
on
they get pulled in.
explosion, like because of lag or something. That's the upside.
I suppose so. Like, but then if you miss the pulling bit and then they suddenly go in range for you to teleport to them, you have less CP to teleport and swipe at them.
Yeah, that's true again.
I don't know. I feel like that's stupid. I don't know if it was intended or not, but I think that's still really stupid.
I mean, Invasion of Demonic Energy cooldown resets every time you switch, so everything's uncertain.
I mean, I can't really complain with that either.
You know, Invasion of Demonic Energy is the sole reason why we can't do infinites.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of this weird trigger thing.
That's one of the bugs that I have in here as well, actually. I don't know if it is a bug or if it's intended or not, but when you, like, there's a passive where, like, if you hit twice with something, on the second hit, it increases the damage by, I think it's 40%, and it also decreases KD by minus 40, which is a freaking huge chunk. But there's a 10-second cooldown on it. But if you switch your character to Lu or CL, the cooldown refreshes.
It resets.
And resets, and then you can do the exact same thing again and hit twice, get the massive damage bump up, and decrease the KD again, and you can just switch. So you can literally just keep spamming like the 4 Z's and the X to do the basic switch Lu CL combo, the base Lu CL combo, and then never KD, because you do more damage on the second hit, and they'll keep getting KD reduction every time. I don't... Was that intended?
At this point, because they had over 2 years to fix it, and I don't think it's a bug at this point anymore.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
The only thing they did, they touched this passive only once, and that was just fixing it in a PvP.
Okay.
And that was the chance where they could have fixed this weird trigger thing. So I doubt it's a bug at this point.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Okay.
Like, even Elwiki is uncertain, likely unintentional.
Yeah.
They're uncertain if it's a bug or not.
Exactly. And it makes the combination assault last like in a stupidly long time as well. Like, I tried it against somebody that had really high like armor, and I took off my weapons and everything and did only the combination assault against him. I looped it 10 times before he KD'd. Like
Yikes.
you can do it for so long, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's so
I
stupid.
managed to kill someone without even KDing them once, with just upset on Lou. And just upset, upset.
Oh
And they
my
didn't
god.
even KD because of that stupidly broken passive.
So stupid. So stupid. KOG is too busy with Curse Pearl to even care about the balance changes. Probably the case, honestly. It took over 1.5 years to fix CL's combination assault. It did. And I was still upset that it took so long to fix it, but at the same time I'm glad they did at least fix it. Okay, what I got next? Death Touch deals bravery tier damage and Dark Plasma deals nasty tier damage. We spoke about that already, but it's stupid. It's so stupid. Right.
Use 100 MP skill to get so much damage.
So stupid. One thing that's always bothered me, I don't know if it's a bug or not, or if it's intended again, but when you use Altar of Evil and Transcendence, you can't dash in midair. The amount of times I've just kind of like done the slow like travel thing while you're in the air and you're just walking and you can't dash. It's so stupid.
I think that
I don't think
might
it's
have been
possible with
intentional.
CLs as well.
Like
I don't think you can do it with CLs too.
you can't do it with either. It's the transformation thing. Like you just can't air dash with them. Well, like just dash in midair.
Time, the no mana break thing. It would be great if we accidentally still mana break because we still can. We just
Yeah,
don't get the
that's
property
another.
of mana breaking.
Yeah,
If
someone
we
that's the
just
other point I
did
got in
1 or
there.
2 seconds of just invincibility frame, or just a second of invincibility frames, to just kind of get
about
this
this voice.
property.
I mean, oh my god, my cat is sneezing so much. Anyway, yeah, you can mana break in Altar of Evil and Transcendence, but you don't get any iframes, and you use all the MP you charged up. Like, considering we have skills where, like, well, not skills, we have commands where we have to hold X to charge stuff as well. If you mistime that charge, and you do it on a second X, for example, then all of a sudden, the next time you get hit, all that MP you accidentally charged up is just gone, just like that, and you don't get any benefit from it. You just lose your MP. Like, I don't understand why we can still charge our MP to mana break if we don't get the benefits of mana breaking. It's just it's just a completely pointless negative that just makes it harder to use the damn class and punishes you for using one of their best attacks. It's stupid.
Yeah, and when it does happen, you just stand still and you can't do anything.
Yeah, you just stand still. That's it. It's so
just cuts you out
retarded,
of your
man.
animations.
Oh my god.
And that's why I would just want iframes instead. Or we just, I mean, okay, it's fair that we can't move during that time. Just give us iframes.
It's so fucking stupid. Oh, what's the next one I got here? Apparently, didn't even know this was the case, but I feel like it's happened to me before. But you can switch your skill slot with the spacebar while you're transformed, but if you do that, it thinks that you're using 4 skills, and so you can't use any of your normal skills, and it doesn't even show you that. So you could transform, press spacebar, and be unable to use any of your skills until you press spacebar again.
Oh yes, I remember that.
I don't like fix this shit.
Bug is-
Fuck.
I think the bug is still there. I'm not sure.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
If they let us at least change to the if you, and let us at least have 4 skills.
Right.
And at one time I thought we finally found all Diangelion bugs.
Yeah.
I somehow managed to find another one. And that was the one where I still had Altar of Evil skills. Doing character selection, like the bugged images.
Oh. Huh. Okay. I've never seen that before.
I was a dungeon, I don't know which dungeon anymore. And I accidentally died during the time, like the perfect frame of Altar of Evil and dying. Like I de-transformed and I died at the same time.
Wow. Okay then.
And during the last frame of de-transforming, like the very last frame, I died. and then I got the standing images of my mount mode skills, and they just stayed everywhere, like here, for example.
Oh wow, okay.
They didn't go away. I had to restart the whole game.
That's so weird. Okay. Well, that's another thing for them to fix, I guess.
But it was just, it was a very frame perfect death.
One of my complaints is like, how did you play my Dash Z launch? Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I mean, it wasn't really intended, I guess, because like it's not supposed to knock up. Hence why you have like an additional part to the command, and I think you can still do it. You have to just not move when you do the swipe, and then it launches up automatically.
Like Night Watcher's dash.
Yeah,
Right?
I think so. Yeah. I do remember that, to be honest. I didn't know how it worked back then, so it kind of always screwed me over, and I always complained about it. But yeah. Welcome to Frame Sword, where iframes make you the bitch. Nice. Right, what else I got here? Oh, my biggest one. One of the ones that upset me the most. Okay, so when you use Phantom Rush, they can sorry, let me start again. If you use Phantom Rush and the shadow's on the point, like at any place that you put it, if they use a special active and travel through the freaking Phantom Rush, it becomes useless, and it has no hitbox. It's just there. And the amount of
Just
times,
iframes in general.
and like just any iframes, special actives, just anything like that. Like as long as they go through the shadow while under iframes, the shadow becomes pointless, and it's just there. Like the amount of times I could have caught somebody
Wasting
because
time.
I put a shadow there and they've landed perfectly on it, but because they jumped through it with like I don't know, like stomp or something like that, it just doesn't work anymore. It's so
I hate that
stupid.
too.
It's so
I
stupid.
think it might be the only skill that you displace that does that, because Eve's Photon Flare doesn't do it.
Yeah, Ease Photon Flare
With
doesn't do it. I asked 2 servers and
and
they all said the same thing. It doesn't do it. Like Ease
yeah,
ones works
and
fine.
and at least Innocent's Shadow, you still get something out of it because the debuff still applies even if it doesn't hit stun.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it would be great.
I
if
forgot
it
how
would be
pylons,
kinda
to be
like
honest. Dynamo.
Eve's, illusion, whatever, or it just kind of does the mini.
Oh,
The
the
source.
photon something. I
Photon
forgot it's
flash,
called.
yes.
Photon flash. There we
And
go.
the
Yeah.
dummy explosion when the duration ends.
Yeah. Oh my god, the
Kind of
explosion.
this explosion.
But the thing is, like, even if you dive into it in super armor and you still get hit by it, they still have a core, and the core just tracks you from a mile away and starts shooting a beam at you, and you're left there for like 20 hours.
Yes.
It's so
But I
stupid,
mean,
man.
just in case the duration ends. And yeah, you get the explosion.
Yeah, you
and
get the
if you get
explosion,
hit
and
by
then
it.
there's extra freaking range in it, and then if you get hit by it, bzzz, and you
Just so
just
it at
zapped.
least is still some kind of useful. That's what I meant for Phantom Rush.
Yeah. Oh, fuck me. Okay, what we got next? I'm getting more and more triggered the more I read these. Oh boy. Okay, it's a visual
Take my
glitch.
time.
Well, I don't know when it's kind of screwed me over, but sometimes whenever you cast Phantom Rush and you switch on the spot, sometimes the shadow jumps to your position on your screen, but on their screen it stays in the same place.
Yes. I think that's just because of the B button, that the skill Phantom Rush is still registering
Probably.
his character,
Yeah.
and it kind of just bugs, but it's still, like, let's say you use the skill on Lou and then swap to CL. On your screen it's CL, on your point where you switch. But for the enemy side, it's still Lou.
Yeah.
I use it.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, you should just kind of ignore it with the swapped thing, or just place a new one if you feel like it.
What have I got next? It was fixed recently. Well, kind of recently. But when CL's Transcendence, like, whenever you transformed out and it exploded twice instead of once. I mean, I can see that it was unintended now that they fixed it. But I'm still kind of upset that they fixed it, honestly.
That was so broken.
It was broken. It did like 10k damage overall. It was pretty nice.
It was nice, but hey, it was too nice for us.
Yeah, apparently, and they fixed it. If they fix shit, it's because you like it and you don't want it to go. That's how I see it. And they're keeping the things that break the character. I swear, it's just favoritism at this point. It really is.
We will never get it back.
Sadly, no.
And this is his best loot.
I mean, Ishtar is pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. But moving on
Yes,
before the
why
FBI come to my
preserve
house.
right now.
Next one I got on here is rapid impacts inconsistency. And how, mainly in PvP, where like if you use it and you just kind of like, you just miss the bound hit and then you're just kind of stuck there and you've used 60 MP. It's going to be harder for you to mana break and you've just screwed yourself over. They need to fix that shit, man. They really do. Especially the aerial use as well. I've only ever found one kind of flashy use for using it in the air. That's where, like, if you bound them and use that to hit them to go into a combination assault. Like, that's the only time I've ever actually found it somewhat kind of fun to use, if you can get it. But the freaking latency is that bad already that you using it will make him just hit the floor anyway and make you waste it.
The only time you use CL's mount mode in air is because of upset. You know, you spin like a fucking Beyblade.
Oh, yeah. That's so true for the Transcendence, yeah.
That's the only reason you use it mid-air.
I remember then when there was a bug on it when it first released, where like if you did the up Z on the wrong part of a platform or something like that, you'd just be stuck on there spinning constantly, and you wouldn't be able to do anything, and you can't even transform out because you didn't land on the ground, and you hadn't added that bug
Yes.
fixing yet. It was so stupid. Oh, the ninja patches! I remember that. I remember the ninja patch that destroyed Apollyon. That was fun. Let's see. Cooldown can be ignored on the invasion of demonic energy. We spoke about that. Apparently, if you're not transcendent, well, if you're regular demonio or transcendence, if you use Shrewd Cutter if you try to use Shrewd Cutter in midair, it causes all of the skills to be locked out until you reactivate the transformation. I remember hearing about this and reading about this on the forums a lot. I don't know if they fixed this yet, but I know it's a bug that happened and it kind of fucked over a lot of people.
I never heard about this one, to be honest.
Because I first saw the complaint about it, and then it made me
But
think,
that
like, how
might
the
be
hell does that
because
happen?
I am in the bootleg server.
Maybe so.
Probably because of that. Because it doesn't really have a lot of Diangelions.
True. Alright, next one. Using Silent Rage in PvP makes enemies get thrown out of the skill before it finishes. It's
Man.
useless.
As good as that skill is, that's the one thing that makes it unusable.
Yeah. It's
It
great
does
at
a
stunning
really
and
good job.
silencing. And, like, does it KD
But
them
it
as well in
just
PvP? 'Cause I know it does in
throws away
PvE.
everyone.
But, like, the first few hits with the star, like, they just get thrown out the skill entirely and get KD'd. And they take no damage.
Just throws them away into a home run. Whatever
Basically.
you want. It's just sports in a nutshell.
Like, they move that fast as well that it kind of just looks like a blur and you don't know where they've gone. Next thing you know, when the skill's finished, they just disappeared.
See, the
That's why you
tech
have
is.
to find a...
See,
You
see,
have
the
to pitch
tech is to
magic
put down
circle
a
and
Yuga.
like, for example, Code Zarils, and they just fly, and then if you have the timing correctly enough, you can use Silent Rage, ditch the first part of the skill, and use a Silent Truth to kind of cut them.
Never really
Because
tried it
has
in that
a
way.
Silence duration of 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, that is true actually, I think about it. Huh, okay.
So yeah, they kind of lost the mosquitoes for 5 seconds.
Oh, this one.
See,
Oh, go on,
see,
sorry.
the tech is to put down a Phantom Rush Shadow near the wall at the end of the stage. If it gets tossed out, they'll fall into it.
That's some 200 IQ plays, man. I couldn't do that.
You should place Phantom Rush on dark spots.
I actually never tried that before.
Oh dear. Alright. Another one I have.
Another
Oh.
place to place Phantom Rush is on the teleporter pads.
Never tried that. I didn't even think you could do that. I thought you just
Oh,
kind
you
of get like
can.
push off.
But the most rude thing to do is if your enemy's on 1 HP, just place on a Phantom Rush and just Just sit on it.
Yeah, that's what I do. Until I
And
use a
to
special
piss them
active, and
off
then they
more,
just kind of go through
and
it.
to piss them off more, use Phantom Circle.
Oof. I mean, if I brought that into it, I'll kind of like want to punch myself, because that skill already feels dirty as hell, and it got nerfed too much for it to like for me to find good use of it in PvP, especially when it costs 60 MP as well.
It saved my life so many times.
Fair enough, I guess. Right, next one I have is Abyss Sniping's aim. We already talked about how shit that is. I'm not going into that again because I'll get super triggered again, which I already am. But yeah, moving on. Oh, here we go. If you use Demonic Rush near a wall, it pushes you back and you miss the last part of the skill. Why? Again, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Like, I don't get why it forces her back either. Like, it's so stupid. Well, okay, KOG, if that's what you think the skill should do, then sure, okay, whatever. Another Demonic Rush glitch. I don't know if this has been fixed yet, but if you use it under a platform, the last few hits go to the top of the platform instead of on your body. I think they might have fixed it, but I'm not too sure.
It will never be fixed.
I mean, if they have fixed it, kudos. You still got like 50 other things to fix, but if they haven't, god damn it, get to work on it, please. Right.
Mod Bloodlust is useless.
Yep, I was just about to come on to that. So, Mod Bloodlust. Like, I get that they won't let you use the skill if your HP is like 25% or below. But the fact that if you use the skill and you get hit below 25%, you can kill yourself still.
You will kill yourself.
Yeah, you will kill yourself. Like, there's nothing that's been done to block that. There's no... It's so stupid. And again...
Yes, you can kill yourself with just the Killing Blow trait.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that as well. Killing Blow makes it so you still take an extra 3 ticks of 5... What is it? 2.5, 7.5% HP like each time? 2.5. 2.5, yeah.
2.5.
Thanks, yeah. So, like... Instead of like the actual 25% that you'd lose from just using it once, you lose 32.5%. So if you use it 3 times, you've basically got like 3% HP left. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I guess that is good for making your like cooldowns accelerate even more, but like, Christ,
acceleration is not that good,
it's not good enough if you're melting almost half of your HP for using one skill. Doesn't even give you good benefits.
It's even weaker than the normal build.
Yeah, it's way weaker. 20% add damage. I mean, not add damage. 20% all skill damage is not really that good compared to, what was it? 15% double hit, 30% attack increase, and like 20% add damage on top of that. Like, you just no. Just no. Like, Christ, man. Like, that probably brings me to another thing as well, actually. Just mod skills in general when it comes to Diangelion. Like, except for the first 3 that you like start with, and mod Dark Plasma, and maybe mod Demonic Rush, depending on how you feel about it, the rest of them are just shit.
Like, it would be nice if mod Demonic Rush would be faster.
Yeah, I would love it if it carried things with you.
Oh, that would be great.
It'd be amazing.
Faster speed, and that it just carries things with you.
Yeah, and then they'll be hit by the last bit as well, so they're taking a pretty decent amount of damage from it. But no, the only way you can optimize that crap is if you use it against the wall when someone's next to a wall, or use it against a boss that can't be traveled through, like Massive Head-On, like last boss Head-On.
Massive Head-On is one of the few exceptions.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it never work, and again, speaking of mod Demonic Rush, I still don't get why Elsa has a problem with it going on, with things like that going on slopes, and then the duration gets like, not duration, the distance travel gets shortened by like, what, like 50% or 70% or something stupid like that. I've never understood that. And again, if you're trying to calculate how far you need to be to use something like that, or if you want to try and get like most of the room cleared by using Demonic Rush, Well, congratulations, you cooked yourself because you did it on the slope, and now you barely gone anywhere.
No recovery frames included.
Fun, fun.
But
Um,
yeah, recovery frames on Diangelion are
we need more.
cheeky.
We need more, honestly.
For example, some of combination assaults recovery frames are odd. If
Yeah.
you use like the dual warp, like you said before, if after the mini land crash and you press X again for the combination assault, but it fails, you need to wait at least half a second for the recovery frame to
The amount of times I've been like countered because of that is so
Yes,
stupid.
yeah.
Look,
And
I get
CLs,
why it happens, but that doesn't mean it's right. Like, you can't move your character because both characters are on the screen. You need to wait for the other one to disappear before you can move again. It, it's stupid. It's stupid.
and CLs, dual warp recovery frame is instant. Like the moment you use X, you can already move again, which makes the loose dual warp immediately less useful. I mean, it's useful for trying to abuse the mini land crusher delayed bug, but it's too inconsistent for them to really abuse it. And with CL's dual warp, you can fish people below platforms.
Oh man, I don't see why they couldn't make Mod Demonic Rush push. I mean, they could leave it the way it is, but make it so that the rush part pushes the enemy towards the explosion bit, so it doesn't do OP damage, but everything hits without you needing to constantly readjust yourself.
Old Demonic
I
Rush
don't
had
know.
way worse magic orb timing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That used to be way worse. It's no way better, to be honest.
Like, the mod version has its spot. Like, it has its place when it comes to just kind of clearing off things and using on stationary bosses, but again, the point I made at the beginning of the stream is that almost every skill that we have in our arsenal is extremely situational at best. Like, they require the best situation in order for them to perform at their best. They're not very versatile.
A few exceptions are only Nightmare and Mod Land Crusher. You can just use them anytime.
Yeah, agreed.
Which makes them immediately better.
There's no bullshit aiming. You just need to be near them. You use the skill, boom, instant, like, full numbers every time. It's great. We need more crap like that.
We won't get it because that's too great.
Apparently. Oh fuck. Okay. Speaking of other stupid things, enemies can be pushed out of Abyss Extinction's attack from time to time. The amount of times this happened to me is really annoying, to the point where I just don't use the skill anymore. It's like, I've noticed sometimes in PvE where, like, you use Abyss Extinction and they kind of get slowly pushed into the center, and as they're getting closer to CL, like, they kind of get, like, slowed down as they get close to him, so they get hit by it more. But other times I've noticed Luke just pushed them right out of the skill, and they're just completely whiffed entirely. I mean, it happens more so in PvP than PvE, but still, it's stupid. Just situational hitboxes, just situational everything. Fix it, KOG, please. That's the only thing that I'm asking for. Just fix it, man.
I think they kind of did a ninja patch on it, but the ninja patch didn't do that great.
I mean,
I guess
if they ninja patched it, they need to do more, because Mod Dark Plasma Cell does better.
The hitbox feels different, but I barely used it, so I can't really confirm that one.
Fair enough. I'll probably end up giving it a try at some point then. Let's see how it feels. Right, what's the next one here? Yeah, True Demon passive's effect on Phantom Rush doesn't fucking work. Which is to teleport whenever they... This is you being able to teleport out of attacks if they rush you and they hit the freaking shadow. That doesn't work anymore, so that's good.
Which I guess is because the system thinks that you're not transcendent or something.
Yeah, you're clearly third job. It's good game design. Good
I
design.
guess because transcendence is like a weird middle thing, and system just thinks oddly enough that you're not transcendent. Some kind of weird system mashup or something.
I suppose so. As a weird skill interaction on here as well, I got Mod Garden of Juarez having no hitbox and not aggroing anything. It's just kind of there. You can go through it. It's ridiculously big for whatever reason, and then it just kind of dies after it cries for a bit. I mean, that's all it can do. It just spawns and cries, and boom, it's gone.
And that's it.
Basically, yeah. What's the next one I got here? Here's a weird interaction with the skill. The last hit of Mod Death Touch has a lingering hitbox. So, like, I've noticed where, like, you use Mod Death Touch, and before the last ball comes out, well, when the last ball comes out, if you turn around, then the thing that's behind you will get hit by the blast. It's really weird. Where's Nightmare? Yeah, he has both transformations on. He has basically what I would use, except for Abyss Extinction and Transcendence.
Remove
And Demonic Rush. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I'd have on Hunting Prey and, what's it called? And Nightmare, yeah, at the very least. And then keep on my Demonic Rush.
I keep Nightmare because it's one of the few skills that has just one hit.
I mean, there's only
Just
3 bravery
one
skills.
hit for us to deal damage, and Demonia, I mean, Diangelion doesn't really have that. One hit to deal damage.
3 is a lot. I think every single item wants to talk to you. But anyway, what else have I got here? We're almost done.
Oh no, that sounds odd.
Oh no, don't put it like that. Alright, the Demonic Venom passive, which is the one where you use a combination assault and it inflicts the helpless debuff, so they can't jump and they can't dash, and their defenses decrease as well. Like, that passive in PvE is basically useless because it doesn't freaking work half the time. And the supposed cooldown reduction, I don't know how this works since I've been told 2 different like stories, but from what's been shown in game, like on the description, and from what LWiki puts, it only decreases the cooldown for bounding skills, quote unquote, which is going to basically be Abyss Strike, Mod, Rapid Fury, and Rapid Impact. And it reduces it by apparently 50%. If it's only those 3 skills, that is the most useless freaking effect for a passive. Because the thing would just go... If it was all skills, then it'd be a little bit better, but again, you can't really make use of it because it doesn't work in PvE half the time. But even if it was in PvP, like, by the time you do the bound command and you finish the whole command off, the cooldown's already off cooldown, so you can just... The skill's already off cooldown, so you can just do it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just a waste. It's just a waste of a freaking passive, man. Like, fix the shit, man. Like, even if you have to replace the whole passive, just, like, keep the helpless bit, sure, but, like, change something else about it that makes it good. Like how Timoria and Abyssa got, like, what, like, the patch where... Not the patch, sorry. The thing where... What's it called? What's his name? Some of Darkness can give you CP just by hitting people, and also having the ability to get, like, what's it called? Remnant of Fear stacks on top of that, like, in one passive. Like, we need something good like that on ours, really.
Oh, that would be great.
It would be good if we just got anything that would buff our damage in general. Not only transformations, in my opinion, but both the neutral game and the transformation game. Just, fuck, we just need something, man.
I feel like a lot of Diangelion's passives give stats more than anything useful.
Yeah. To be honest, that's one of my biggest concerns and biggest complaints when it comes to that skill. That class, sorry.
I like the speed passive that increases movement and jump speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes them get around better, and it's good for PvE since you don't have to worry about basically lingering behind. But outside of that, everything else is kind of...
Yeah, like that's probably their best passive, honestly. In my honest opinion, that's probably their best passive because it's versatile because it can be used anywhere and it changes depending on the situation. You don't need movement to jump speed when you're next to somebody, but you do need it if you're traveling, which is good. Like, shit, man. Like, why can't they make more useless passives like that? except we just get shit that can't even be used half the time unless we do some weird freaking skill like combination and shit. Like, it's so stupid. Ugh, fuck me. Oh, this class.
No
As
homo,
much as
man.
as much. I mean, it wouldn't be, but yeah. I mean, I'm only reserved for Lou anyway.
No, and that's too gay.
No, it's fine. Oh, fuck me. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to bring up, because that's my entire list. Wait, why Hunting Prey? Hunting Prey is one of the best skills that DG have for gathering enemies. Like, use Hunting Prey, then use Desperado, and everything is dead. So that's why I usually tell people to get it.
Desperado, to be honest. Desperado, my god, I mean Hunting Prey, to be honest.
Like, people sleep on Hunting Prey really easily. And to be fair, if you use it with Bloodlust as well, the damage is pretty decent. And it can be used to activate title effects and weapon elemental effects as well, like attributes. It's really good. It's really, really underused. I mean, fair enough if you don't like it, but that's just me personally, how I feel about it. Yeah, Seren, basically, just that. So, alright. I can't think of anything else to say at this point that I haven't already brought up. Actually, yeah, one more thing. Going on with what Bands I said about like the free stats and stuff. Yeah, it's great. Sure, I can't complain with that. But if you're a whale and you have like insane CP, like over 500k, let's say, it's not gonna affect you that much. But if you're like a new player and like you don't have that much CP, it's gonna affect you a lot because like with all the passives of this class and all of the buffs at the same time, like if you apply all of those together to like fully buff yourself and stuff, you get like plus like 50% crit, plus 50% maximize, and like 7% like crit damage and stuff like that. But then if you're already investing about like 70% crit and 70% maximize into your like stats before you even enter a dungeon, then you're kind of like wasting shit. And at the same time, you have to keep it like that because you need the CP to enter dungeons. But then that kind of works against itself because you're having a hell of a lot of excess stats that you don't need. But then you can't do anything about it because if you do change it, then you kind of fucked in the rest of the game because you can't play the rest of the game. So CP really kind of fucks this class, honestly, when it comes to the amount of stuff that they can get. Sure, it's great, but in the long run, it screws players over. But that's one of my biggest complaints about the class, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but that's just me. And CP in general, yeah, CP in general can go fuck itself, honestly. It's dumb as shit.
Should apply all the passives you have.
It should do, really. I don't understand why it doesn't. If it did, then that wouldn't be a problem. Like, my complaint would not be a problem at all. But it doesn't. It's so stupid.
For whatever reason.
Looking for Rapid Fury to pierce enemies. Rapid Fury does pierce enemies. The mod version doesn't pierce enemies. Yeah, combat power was a mistake. It was. It really was. I want to abuse it with CL. Why abuse it with CL when you can just use Abyss Sniping? It does more damage as well. And basically, it can cost like 75 MP or 80 MP, which is only like a little bit more than what you'd spend with Rapid Fury. Also, it stretches further and petrifies.
CL's Punisher. If you use it and get delayed the moment, the skill is just wasted because you still shoot the bullet for some reason.
Oh, that's so true. I didn't think about that. Oh, man. Yeah, if it double hits, then yeah, it is pretty good to be fair.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, that's if it double hits. You gotta get lucky on that regard. But yeah, how long has this been going on for now? Almost 2 hours. 1 hour 50 minutes ish. But final thoughts. How do you guys feel about DG in general? Like, just overall.
Combination with salt is my drug.
How about you?
PvE wise, they're just very limiting. A lot of their skills particularly Horus. You know, it's just good for the stationary targets and bossing, really. And I feel they're not that well-rounded in PvE.
Yeah.
PvP wise, just fix the teleporting, the bound combo, uh, make transformation skills a bit more usable instead of having to rely on like the same one or two. And this applies for both PvP and PvE respectively. And also I think frame data wise on their moves in general, skills and commands could be also better.
Yes.
Because I feel, you know, using a skill that puts me in super armor and I can't move, or the transformation animations in general, like Alter Evil, when you enter it, you're just stationary for a good second before you're able to move. And if your opponent knows that, they can easily just wail on you before you're able to do anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's it, really.
Basically,
Yeah, agreed. I mean,
just make the mount mounts cast faster. Give them iframes while they transform. Like not bit before they finish the mount mod or something like that. Give them better bossing, please.
yeah, man,
Why?
like,
Increase the hit count of the skills or something. I don't know. Give them some passives that are more useful. For example, Awakened Will. The skill cost is great, but everything else is useless.
yeah, like, they just need to.
PvP,
Sorry, carry on.
it's fine. Could be some improvements, especially with combination assault. But PvP, I think they kind of fine, if you ignore the bugs, that is. But yeah, overall, in the okay-ish area, needs heavy gear to play well. But yeah, okay-ish area, I'd say.
Okay. For me, the main thing they need to do before they can even move on to like fixing like passives and shit is by fixing the bugs. The earlier you get the bugs out of the way, the less they become a bother in the future. Then after that, give us some level of shit that puts us on a level that's kind of similar or at least kind of close to both Catastrophe and Innocent in PvE. Yeah, we're cool in PvP. Yeah, we're very well rounded off, like what Banzai said.
Well,
But
I don't know what can make us relevant to Innocent, to be honest.
Innocent is just freaking god tier. We don't even need to like even get close to her. But if we did, that'd be great. But yeah, at least let us get closer to Catastrophe when it comes to bossing at the very least.
The only thing we are kind of close to Innocent is clearing, I guess.
Yeah.
We have
With
way faster
Desperado.
skill animation
Mm.
than Innocent.
Yeah.
But that's just
Until-
my personal opinion.
Until Innocent uses a combo skill, and then
Yeah.
they get steroid speed.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that's
Mod
true.
Eschaton. Oh boy. My ears kill every time they use that skill. But, fuck. Like, PvE, they can be fun. Like, the clearing and shit, I don't really have a problem with it, honestly. Like, it's fun. At times. Their bossing can definitely do some work. I want to be able to play a class that I enjoy, like, as much as I do enjoy. But I don't want to be forced to stick to one playstyle because it's the best thing to do. And if I switch to anything else, I'm basically fucking myself over. I want to be able to play a class in whatever way I want to play and still be able to do as well as anybody else that's playing the class in whatever way they want to do as well. Like, that's one of my goals when it comes to playing games in general, and that's why I like make my guides and whatnot, because I want to tell people how I play the game so they can kind of look at my shit as well and be like, oh, this guy plays like this, but if I alter some things, then I can more or less adjust it for myself and make things better for me instead of just copying me entirely. Like, I just want DG to be in a better spot is probably the easiest way to put it. Fix all the shit that causes problems when it comes to bugs. Make the combination assault work again. Make them slightly better when it comes to dealing damage. Give them other options when it comes to, like, dealing damage and bossing specifically. Just, even if it just means giving him a clear slate, just fucking do it, but get it right. Please, just get it right. If there's anything if there's anything I can ask, or like if there's anything I could ask the KRG employers, or like the game developers or whatever, just take a good amount of time to look over the class, look at its weaknesses, look at its positives, look at everything that's broken, and just use your heads and get to a point which is actually good and not extremely situational in every single freaking thing that we do. Just make the class versatile, make it easy, not easy to play, but make it a challenge, but don't make it so you have to do all of this shit to get one thing. Then you can do that one thing once before you have to take it off and then do more shit again to get it back again. Like, I don't want any of that crap. Just make the game, make the character fun to play again. That's it. Just make the character fun to play again. I'm done ranting at this point.
Diangelion has more range points than yay points.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Well, I don't know if this is gonna go anywhere, honestly, but even then...
We can only hope for the revamp to be good.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I'm just hoping it's good. I'm just hoping it's good.
Bet, to be honest.
Yeah, depending on how that goes, depends on, like, my time spent in this game. If they completely fuck over DG, I'm out. Simple as.
And before Lucille's level 70 trans passive stays the same.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean,
why is it the same?
As the Crimson Adventure renewal back then. The Crimson Adventure renewal back then, she was just dead.
She was 100% dead, and I felt so sorry for her. I really did.
We can't go as bad as Crimson Adventure back then.
It can't, to be honest. If it does, I will be insanely impressed.
Oh, then I will just switch mains. Done.
I hardly wouldn't even play Lucille anymore, honestly. I'll be too, like, depressed. It's gonna be funny when KRG manages to murder IN. The thing is, they won't, because one, she's the main character for, like, the story and whatnot, and two, favoritism. That's literally it. Like, when's the last time that Innocent got a nerf? And tell me that honestly. Like, I can't think of a time when they got a nerf. And the one time they did get a nerf, it turned into a buff. And it was insanely good for a buff.
I mean, well, Magdonic Cannon, the mod version was kind of cancerous.
Oh my...
Until it got nerfed.
Ugh, fuck me. It's still good,
outside
but
of that,
still...
Outside of that, they haven't really got any major noticeable changes, really.
The Reign of Chaos nerf was back in, like, early... What was it, like, early last year, I think?
Like 2017 or late...
I think it was, like, 2018 at some point. Like, I think it was, like, early 2018. Because he got the heavy trait, and then it was overpowered as fuck. And people were killing people in one hit with it. And then they immediately nerfed it to the ground and made it stop taking souls. And then it just became dead after that. Oh, dear. No, I see what nerf was, like, late 2017. Okay, fair enough.
The Reign of Chaos just died and never stood up again.
Basically, yeah. Oh, man.
Like, the beginning, it got some buffs, and then it just died, and then a short buff, and then it just died into deaths. It never stood up again, it's really just a gravestone.
More or less. Well, I can't really think of anything else to talk about, can you guys? I pretty much brought across everything that, like, has bothered me about this class all in this 1 2-hour video. Oh, fuck.
Bring back the KD glitch.
Bring back anything that makes the class fun again. I don't even care what it is. Heck, bring back the freaking bounds, like, debuff shit that used to be fun.
Would be nice.
Oh, that would be fun, honestly. That'd be very fun. Oh, fuck.
But we won't get it because we don't deserve it, in their opinion.
We don't deserve anything, apparently. We deserve to be confusing as fuck, at the very least. Oh, dear. I should probably leave a link to the Discord somewhere, but I'll leave it inside of the chat, why not? There you go. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome to. I'll also leave a link in the description as well when the video uploads itself. Well, yeah. Right. I think we're going to end the stream here in that case. I don't have anything else to talk about. So, yeah.
I don't think we don't have anything unless chat has something.
No, I don't have anything else to say. Manzo?
Like it.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, join the server.
Join the server, yes. It's for your
We
own
have
good.
many questionable things Dan posts daily about.
Well, not even that. I mean, we are the Sense Fi appreciation. I mean, you gotta love a bit of Lu-Fi's,
Yeah,
honestly.
we gotta appreciate Sense 5.
Don't worry. I mean, the Fi picture change every week, so that's something to look forward to. We also have a massive appreciation channel for each of the characters as well, including the Not Safe Work channel, which I can't click on sadly. Well, yeah, there's a hella amount of stuff in here, all cutie stuff and all that. There's loads. Dead channel, but yeah.
We also have free cookies.
Yes, we have plenty of free cookies. Plenty and plenty of them. So,
Plenty of
yes.
free cookies and pictures.
Yeah, if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I think we're going to end it there in that case. Oh boy.
The chat now turns into madness.
I mean, if it does, then that's great. The more people we can get in here, the better, honestly. Oh, my eyes are really itching me now. Okay. Right then, guys. Thanks again for watching and listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that crap. I don't care. Don't do that, please.
Here's the ending picture.
Oh, what the hell is that? Is it a Golbat? What is it? I think I might make that the mascot of this freaking Discord server. Okay.
The show off. Cultured people gift.
Yes, man of culture, of course. Right then, right, the stream is now going to be coming to an end. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.
Like it.
Last thing, we have a hell of a lot of freaking Lu emotes, so if you want to come in here,
Why is that
use
drowning
all
out?
of them. Oh my god. Oh dear.
Why is that a drowning out boy?
I think we all feel that way, honestly. We have hella good emojis, yes, that's one of our unique selling points. Oh boy, but yeah, right then, for real. Oh my god. But yeah, for realsies, the stream's gonna come to an end now. Again, thanks again for watching, guys, and I shall, if you join the Discord, I'll speak to you here, but
Try
next
for
video,
jail time.
yes, join for jail time, yes, that will be our new motto. Oh my goodness. Sorry, please. Okay, it's